Very good morning, students. We have started with the 9th standard science, that is second chapter of chemistry. Is matter around us pure? So in this chapter we have discussed about the meaning of pure substances, and we discussed with the mixtures also, right? So mixtures we discussed with the types. There are two types: homogeneous mixtures and the heterogeneous mixtures. So these are all we discussed in our previous classes. So today what we are going to learn is separation of the mixtures. Mixture nothing but the combination of two or more constituents, means the substances or elements. Physically they have combined, right, as we know. Now we are going to learn how to separate the constituents from the mixture. Okay, for example, salt solution is there. You want to separate salt from water. Sugar solution, you want to separate sugar from water. So why we are going to learn this separation? Because as the time comes, we will discuss, students, there are many uses. Because of that, we are going to separate the constituents from the mixture. Right? So today we are going to discuss about separation of the mixtures. To separate the mixtures, first we should know how many types of mixtures comes. Okay, so in this we are going to consider the three types or three cases of a mixtures. The first one is mixture of two solids. Mixture of two solids. Means you are going to consider two types of solids which are all combined with each other, which you are going to separate. The next one is mixture of a solid and a liquid. Mixture of a solid and a liquid. Okay, there are two types of constituents as a solid and liquid which you are going to separate. The third case is mixture of two liquids. Mixture of two liquids. Two types of liquids are there, students, which have combined and we are going to separate. So like this, when you are going to talk about separation of the mixtures, the three types of the cases comes. Means in these three types, we may find the constituents of the mixture. The one is two solids. It may be of a solid and a liquid, or it might be of two types of liquids. Okay, students? So let us study one by one because in each there are many types. Okay? So today we are going to discuss with mixture of two solids. If you are taking two solids, how to separate them, what are all the methods we are going to discuss. Hope you took, students, this one. Okay. So the first one, that is mixture of two solids. In the mixture of two solids, separation of a mixture of two solids. In this we find the three types, students. That is, one is by using a suitable solvent. By using a suitable solvent. The second one is by the process of sublimation. By the process of sublimation. And the third one is by using a magnet. By using a magnet. So, to separate the mixtures, separation of mixtures of two solids. To separate them, there are three methods we are using, students. One is by using suitable solvents. Which are our examples? Now we will discuss one by one. process of sublimation, and one more is by using the magnet. Okay students, let us start with the first method, that is by using a suitable solvent. What do you mean by solvent? As you know, some solute will get dissolved in the substance. That substance is called as the solvent. What type of a solvent you are going to choose now? Which is suitable for your mixture. Means your solvent, any one constituent should dissolve in the solvent. That type of solvent we are going to choose. That is the meaning suitable solvent. Okay students, so let us study an example. Mixture of sugar and sand. For this I am giving the example. Mixture of sugar and sand. Okay, so there is one container students in which you have mixed sugar and sand particles. Both have combined. It is not so easy to, yes we can see till there, okay. So it is not so easy to separate sugar and sand by hand picking and all, it is impossible. So what we will do now? We will select a solvent. What solvent we will select? As here there is a one constituent called sugar. So sugar can dissolve in the water. We will select the solvent water for this method. So this beaker will fill it with the water. Okay. After filling still this beaker, the water, what happens? These sugar particles will dissolve with the water. Okay. Keep that tumbler undisturbed for some time. So what happens then? All the sand particles will settle down at the bottom. Okay. Now, by the method called filtration. You are going to take one filter paper. Okay. You are going to take one funnel. In that you are going to keep the filter paper. Then you are going to pour this solution. Okay. What happened? You have separated sugar solution plus sand. What are all separated students? Sand you have separated from the sugar solution. Hope you are understanding. Now it has become sugar solution. Okay. So one constituent you have separated, that is the sand. Now what you should separate? You have to separate sugar from the water. What you can do? There is a method called evaporation. What is evaporation? You are going to take the sugar solution, you are going to provide the heat. So as you provide the heat continuously, water will get evaporated and you will get the crystals of sugar in that container. Right? So this is called as evaporation method. By this method, you have separated sugar, water as well as sand. Your mixture is with the sugar and sand. To separate these two, you have used one suitable solvent, that is water. Understanding students? Yes. Second example, mixture of sulfur and a sand. Mixture of sulfur and a sand. What are you going to do now? Sulfur and sand mixture is there. We should know that sulfur will get dissolved in one solvent, that is called carbon disulfide. Carbon disulfide. So this is one solvent. In this, sulfur will get dissolved. Okay. So this is a suitable solvent for this mixture to separate. Okay. Same procedure. Take one container, fill it with a carbon disulfide. Now pour this mixture of sulfur and sand. Sulfur will get dissolved in the solvent and sand will settle down at the bottom of the container. Do the filtration process so that you have separated the sand. Now what is remaining? Sulfur solution. Nothing but sulfur along with the carbon disulfide. Do the evaporation process. You can the sulfur from the carbon disulfide. So these are the methods used to separate two types of solids by using suitable solvents. By using suitable solvents. Hope you are understanding, students? Yes. The second one is the process of sublimation. So already in our previous class we have discussed what is the meaning of sublimation. What is sublimation, students? Yes, solid will directly convert into gaseous state. Okay, the gas, when you condense, directly it will convert into solid state but not the liquid state. Solid to gas, gas to solid. So this conversion we are going to call it as the sublimation. Okay. So now we are going to separate two solids by using sublimation process. So that mixture of two solids, any one solid should be a sublimate. Sublimate in a sense that should convert directly from solid to gas, gas to solid. That type of the substances should be there in your mixture. Then only you can go for this method. Okay. So let us take one example for this. That is the mixture of common salt. For sublimation I am giving the example, students. The mixture of common salt, nothing but your NaCl, sodium chloride, and it is combined with ammonium chloride. It is combined with the, what is combined? Common salt is combined with the ammonium chloride. You want to separate these two now. What you can do? Common salt, if you heat, it will not convert into gaseous state as we know. But ammonium chloride is one sublimate. It is a sublimate, students. Nothing but it can undergo the sublimation process. Means directly it can convert from solid to gaseous state. Okay. Yes, students. I have done a very rough diagram of sublimation process. In my previous video, I have given you the sublimation diagram attached with the video. Please go through that. This is a very rough diagram. Now, what are all the mixtures you have taken? Common salt plus ammonium chloride. Correct? So ammonium chloride is one of the good sublimate. So what we are going to do? We are going to undergo the process of sublimation. So take one tripod stand, students. This I have three like one. So tripod stand. On that I have kept the wire watch. Then take one watch glass. In that you have to keep this mixture. What mixture? Common salt and ammonium chloride. Okay. Then you have to cover that watch glass with a funnel. That too inverted you have to keep like this. So here one end of the funnel will come out. That you have to cover with a cotton. That you have to close with a cotton. Right? Now we are going to provide the heat to this mixture. What happens? Ammonium chloride is one of the good sublimate. It will start evaporating. It will start converting into gaseous state. Okay? So this gas starts collecting on both the sides of the funnel. Right? So that is what it shouldn't escape out. That is what we have covered the mouth of the funnel. So on both the sides you find a collection of vapors of ammonium chloride. Right? So once the process will complete, then remove the funnel, take out separate ammonium chloride. The common salt is remaining in your beaker or the watch glass. Right, students? So this is the method called as sublimation. If the mixture or in the mixture one is a sublimate, then you can undergo with this process that is called as the sublimation. Okay? So there are so many good sublimates, students, like ammonium chloride. It may be the iodine, camphor, naphthalene, iodine, camphor, naphthalene, non-volatile substances, students. Any idea you are having about that? If easily, okay, if easily it will not undergo any evaporation or into a gas, then it is called as non-volatile substances. So one should be non-volatile and one should be sublimate. It will not undergo easily as the gas, so called as non-volatile. It will undergo the sublimation, so called sublimate. So in the mixture, one is non-volatile and one is the sublime. Then we can undergo the process called as sublimation. Hope you are understanding, students. Yes. The third method, that is by using magnet. A very easy method, students. With the name only you can understand. If there is a mixture of iron fillings with the sulfur, one example like iron fillings and the sulfur. So if there is a mixture of iron fillings and sulfur, so what do you do in this mixture? Iron fillings will get attracted towards the magnet. So obviously we will use the magnet to separate the iron fillings. Now, not as a small quantity, students. In the factories and all, in a huge quantity, this method is used. What? Using the magnets to separate the iron fillings. See, in the factories, what happens? There will be a large quantity of the some waste products will be there. In that, so many iron content is there. So it is almost, we can call it as scrap, but it is having the iron. So what they will do? They will use the electromagnet. Electromagnet they will use. With the help of the cranes, they will separate only the iron fillings, remaining all as the scrap. So like that, in a huge quantity, we find the usage of this magnet, using magnet method to separate the two solids, students. Hope you are understanding. So this is all about the separation of the mixture. That too only one type, students, that is the separation of a mixture of two solids. If two solid mixture is there, we can separate it by three methods. One is by solvent, one is by sublimation, one is by using magnet. Okay, which is the second type, students? Mixture of a solid and a liquid. That with so many types, means methods are there to separate. So we will discuss in our next class. Okay, students? Fine. So complete your work. Write the notes. If you are having any doubts, you can ask me. Right? So we'll continue in our next class. Okay? Thank you, students. Have a good day.